Okay. There we go. It should be alright. Home. Game will be saved automatically at certain points, but I'm going to play it straight through. Just because I can, really. Wear headphones, turn off the lights. Lights are turned out. Space. So it's a completely keyboard game. Space and left and right lookout. All I remembered at that point was I was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Okay. This is pretty eerie. That house. Where was I? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? That is loud in my ears. Okay. Let's go through this door. The desk had a computer and some papers on it. And a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yes, you did. Sheets, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realised there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. So it seems like there was blood on his trousers. Ooh, my ear is itchy. Drip, drip. Okay. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did it hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home and seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try and find a way out. Here's another step downstairs. A thin grey mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic, but exhausted. Did I free it? No, I let the mouse free. Collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp, smelly dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? I found a picture of a couple. It looked like I'd moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I press the switch? Yeah, go for it. I pressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click from somewhere. Sweet. I've got a boiled sweet in my mouth right now, so it's being a bit loud. Hoping it's not too loud. The shelf was full of books on a local The shelf was full of books. Let me know I can't speak. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. I shouldn't do games like this. I can't speak. What the hell? Our dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and liquor bottles among the dishes. The smells turning my stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Hell yeah. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Okay, let's head downstairs. It looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Okay, there's a door there. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Okay. Let's go all the way. What the fuck was that? The door was trapped and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. The switch in the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. And I hadn't even tried it yet. Oh, there is a... The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved here before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Yeah, sure. Moved the books forwards and finally it gave. Okay, I'm not going to go downstairs yet. I still have stuff to explore. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Keycard, Ocker, last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. That mouse is there. Okay. I believe we've got one more door to go through. The bathroom is spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wonder if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Okay. Looks like it's time to go down. Just through here. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell arose from the patches. That's dank, man. Did I climb down the ladder? Hell yeah, you did. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't once be in the same picture. I wonder where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Footprints in the dirt looks like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. That doesn't really make sense to me. Places all over were marked on the town. Oh, there, on the old map of the town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They're all about murder in the town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. A work table, covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. Did I take it? Yeah, you needed a gun. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Another ladder. It was so dark down there. And the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? I'm going to go to the right first. Oh, some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wooden rope. It was cracked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Prosthetics like the kind you find in the butchers hung from the ceiling. They look pitted and worn from heavy use. That man upstairs? Did he do this? Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Wait, was that something? No, it's just dripping. It looked like a cage? It was small, but there was something coating the bottom, something wet. That was probably blood. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old, faded paper, covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Here, Evie, Evie, he, I-R, Alf, oh, Row. None of it made any sense to me. Ooh, a door. That looks like a skeleton, alright. It looked to be bones, half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Yeah, most probably. I really like this game. I haven't actually played it all the way through, although I have seen a full playthrough of it. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? Ooh, bit loud. I remembered noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. What was that? There was rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Yes, maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. Hey there. Okay. Let's use that. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum. The smell from before started to get worse. Let's go oh, nothing left. The ladder was too high to reach. I must have tried to find a way out from where I was. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. I don't know what that is. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger. Due to cave-in. Alright. Ooh. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least, I thought, I had found some old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. I suppose ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there. But it was too high up. There must have been a sore landing. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. Up the ladder. Nah, down the door. I could hear a faint trickling sound. Like water. What was that? Okay, so there's an exit there. Kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Yeah. You've got way too many pockets. Did I really need all this? Yes, you need everything. You're a hoarder. That made me jump. Let's go right to the end of this hallway. Yeah, let's pull this wheel. Wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Hell yeah. Okay. No, I've done something. Let's keep going right. Oh yeah. Wasn't sure what those valves were. Did I turn it anyway? Hell yeah. Wasn't sure what those valves were. Did I turn it anyway? Hell yeah. That one didn't turn. Alright then. Onwards and upwards, my dear friends. Wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. Had no idea how it worked. Wasn't sure what those valves for. Did I turn it anyway? Yep. Yep. Door locked. That was a nasty smell from inside. Was that it? Oh, musty smell from inside. Not nasty. Okay, I believe it's up the ladder time, because I don't want to go through the exit quite yet. Climbing a ladder. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Hell yeah. Probably some old porn. Just kidding. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover within the tape, but I took it anyway. Okay. Beep. Exit. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Didn't I turn all the valves anyway? Is it this way? Thought I could turn this water valve to shut off the water flow. Did I turn it? Indeed you did. Valve was still active. Did I turn it anyway? Yep. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Okay, alrighty. I thought I could turn this water valve, so I shut it down. Did I turn it? Yep. Valve was still active. Did I turn it again? Yes. The valve was still active. Did I turn it again? Yes. Looked like I turned the water flow in this valve off. Looked like I turned the water flow in this valve off. Okay. So we've got a few more to do, I'm guessing. I should have live streamed this, maybe. I didn't really live stream at all, though. Got hiccups and it's sort of annoying. It looks like I turned the water flow off in this valve. Okay. One last, I think, maybe. Door's locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Maybe that's it then, I guess. Do I have an inventory or anything? No, there wasn't anything about an inventory. Oh, sweet. Get down now. Looks like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. Oh, it's a grate. Alright. There's a small little key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yeah, why not? I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd shaped. Had no idea what it might open. I think maybe it opens that room up here. The door's locked. There was a nasty smell coming from inside. Okay, no. Apparently the key does not open that door. That's alright. It's alright. I have enough space on my hard drive for all this recording. Should do. I've got like 40 gigabytes. I'm just gonna quickly test something out. Oh, whoops. That should be alright, fine still. That should be fine still. Alright. That should be alright. Okay, dokie. Sorry, I was just testing something. Oh. Whoops. Oh, there we. I'm screwing everything up. Okay, there we go. That should be fine. This door's locked. I could see a faint light within. Okay. Up a different ladder. Let's try this door. Found another dead body. A sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I feared he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a keyring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yeah, okay. Thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened. Maybe the VHS I found could be useful. Alright. There's a hint of fresh air here. I must be near an exit. But I wondered, what did the key I found in the sewer worker do? And what was the videotape I found? Wait, let's just keep going. Let's go back a bunch. Let's go back a bunch and see if See if that key opens the door upstairs. Because I know that once you've gone past the area, you can't go back. Because I remember when I watched someone live stream it a while ago, like something stupid happens. I tried a bunch of the keys on the keyring I had found on the sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. A faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It's from a local train station, and it was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use it could be. Did I keep the receipt? Yeah, right. I neatly folded the soiled receipt and slipped it into my front pocket. The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clipping, bodies had been found in ravines in the forest, and in one case dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of those had articles or had also been pasted up in those tunnels. Did that sewer worker find this room? Is that why he was killed? A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. This really reminds me of Lone Survivor, and that game horrifies me. Okay. Like, I've played like, I think I played in total about 30 minutes. Fuck you. Not cool. Oh god, that got me. That got me good. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Did I go this way? Yeah, no. Yeah, I did. Would I need that gun or that knife before the end was carrying them? Yeah. Was carrying them pure folly? I thought of the weight as I hauled up the ladder. What was on that videotape? And who had all those newspaper clippings? Anyway, in that locked room, I knew I wanted to escape, but should I have gone back to check? At the top of the ladder, a thick latch barred my way. I popped it open as I moved aside the heavy lid above me. The smell of the sewer gave way to the dank scent of the pine trees. The lid had fallen on the entrance there and it was stuck. Yeah, that's what I'm on about. You can't go back to an area once you've finished it. Which kind of sucks, but yeah. If I remember, there's like eyes in the back and whatever. Oh, I don't like that sound. I do not like that sound. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb the ladder. Did I extend the ladder? Hell yeah. Popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Let's climb this. They see me climbing, they hating. Okay. In a patch of smeared dirt on the grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yeah. I slipped the filthy wallet into my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing I could see over the woods and down to the entrance of the sewers. Had I come through here before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. You lean over that one? Nope. I'm tired. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, eyes. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit, and the night's air had become strangely chilly. Yes, this is tree. There are tiny little flies flying around my room, and it's really irritating me. Your train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Okay. An old ticket booth that looked fairly ruined inside that looked fairly ruined. Inside the ticket window were sheets of paper and... Wait, were those train receipts? I thought the receipt I had picked up might match these, but of course not. The station had been closed for years. Tickets must have been for the newer station that opened up on the other side of town, after this one was abandoned. However, I noticed a series of looking fresh paper covered in tiny notes, scribbles and diagrams. Okay. That's where I came from. Oh, map encased in glass hung on the wall. There's train routes connected to that old station, and it looked like it. I looked at it. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked. The notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? Was that a different door entirely? The old train was ripped open and hanging from a shred of metal, as well as the broken fence, was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train shell I could see a few faint impacts, like wounds. Could they have been the bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. Okay, so I can't go any further that way. It's getting colder there. I had to keep moving. Okay. There's nothing else that way. Do I have to go back somewhere, maybe? I'll check the left side again. But we'll see. No, just the ticket booth. Looked like someone had been... A name perhaps, okay. Should be fine. That's pretty loud. Okay. So can't go that way. It's time to walk back over this way. So I believe I came from there, did I? Yeah. So that means... Oh yeah, I can go left, can't I? Just that gate sound is... It's not a nice sound. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I had seen. If I was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house, I'd scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river. Oh, sorry. And maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. I'll go into that bush in a moment. Oh, there's two different bushes that I can climb into. Trampled in the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Of course you did. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wondered if I can find my way around. Okay. Maybe it's... I quickly looked at the receipt I'd found in the locked room back of the sewers. The sheets showed the last few digits of the credit card used, but they weren't match mine. The one was torn off, though I couldn't see the name of the buyer. Just going back through here. Wonder if that's the same one. No, it's a different one. Actually, let's go through here. Through here. And through here. See where this takes. So, and then there's just... Now there's 3. There was a fire pit there. It was still a bit warm and a few embers still burned at the bottom. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple cans of beer spilled on the ground. The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside but could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks and a cooler. Which one did it come through? I believe it came through that one. So let's go through this one. Let's just keep on smashing space behind the trees. Nothing. Okay. There's some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Indeed you did. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page after worn page of names and lists. None of it had made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Oliver, Ashley, Cheryl, Chris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel? Her name was last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather and Rose had been crossed out, but these marks looked older and more faded. There was a killer. Okay. Let's go through this third one. No, don't look, I think. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. Ha! There was a damp smelling plank leaning against the store door. I might have been able to cross the river with it. Did I take it? There's a river? I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. The store was covered in dirt and filth. This washroom obviously hadn't been cleaned in a while. I think it just says that for everything. Alright, just keep swimming. I believe that was that washroom. Okay. Did it come through that one? Yeah, I think so. Can't go that way. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Decent. Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, though I wasn't sure where the path ahead would lead me. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it could mean. And where were the campers who had abandoned their site? Would I meet them too? Though the path ahead of me was still less dense. I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? Okay, I'm just gonna keep rolling. Didn't look to be anything there. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist? Machinist? I don't know. For all those years. The planet had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear the faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Let's go through this door first. Let's go through here first. Sucker. Ooh. Found the body of a security guard, just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, and now this. Did I retrieve my watch? Yeah, I'd get my stuff back. I wish it was useless, but it put it on my wrist anyway. Hey, bro. Okay. Just to like pick up your watch and shit. Okay. Gonna move in 2 seconds. Just got an itch. There we go. Ooh, one of those lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. The door was locked shut and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said danger, closed for repairs. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to the parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear and cobwebs had collected in the corners of the box, but the box wasn't receiving power. Yeah, let's go in here. Door's locked tight. It seems to be connected to the power box beside it. Okay. Let's go upstairs, maybe look for the key. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. Damn it, my throat has gone really weird. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper, cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Okay, is there anything else in this particular space? Oh, break table. A layer of a layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. Okay, door next. Dunk. The power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I press the switch? YOLO! The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman trapped on the inside. It was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. The power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I press the switch? Yes. On the door, it was shut tight. There was a rusty-looking card slot on the side. Panel seemed to be working again. Woohoo! Power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yes, you did. Okay, so those are both working now. Oh. Norman took over the general store. If the factory closed, he, Rachel, and I would get lunch every now and then. Rachel liked him because he seemed more positive despite the setback. I don't think I could say the same about me. Okay. The door had been hastily boarded up. Well, you can see that. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented, like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked here. Another panel. I hoped it could help me get the power back on. Did I press the switch? Yes, you did. Great, this one was working. Utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take this hammer? Yeah. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Another door. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yeah. Set the key card into my pocket. Another panel. I hope to get the power back on. Hit the switch. Yeah, you hit the switch. The power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yep. Power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yep. There we go. Another panel that I hope could get the power back on. Did I push the switch? Yep. Yep. Great, this one was working. Oh. There we go. It wouldn't let me escape that one. Okay. I don't think there's much left to do. I struck the hammer with the old wooden balls came apart easily. After I had moved the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Oh, I don't want to go through there, I might get stuck outside. No. This was my locker. They're in the factory. A stack of booze and there was a picture of Rachel inside. Rachel? What? I did not mean to do that. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. I'm sure he had a lot of alcohol at his place. Okay. My head ached, and I recalled the last time Norman, Rachel and I had lunch together. Rachel seemed so more at ease when we all hang out. I've already been here. need to find that keycard room again now. Was it like the flat one right here? No, but is there one at the end of this room? Haha! Keycard I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did they use the keycard? Of course you did. Boodity. There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. Looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough it is, but I couldn't see an option. Did I jump? Not right now. Bust your chicken down the jump that broke a ladder before. Why did I do it now? There had to be another way. Can I... Okay. So that is an option. Door had someone locks itself again. There's no keycard slot on this side. Bollocks. Well... It looks like you're jumping. It looks like you're jumping, buddy. Jump! Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. Oh god, it hurts so bad. What is that? There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily, like it was hard, and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Why, yes, you did. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be like a ballpoint pen. What I could make out: need to, just don't drink, drinking, need, Norman. Who was Norman writing to? There's a wall there. I'm a bird, motherfucker. I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of this smell, of its memories. I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in. Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? What about Norman? And who had routed through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to a road, get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turnoff to the factory, if I remembered correctly. They see me walking, dating. Oh, my eye is itchy. Okay. Hole in the fence. No, I can't walk that way. Oh, can't I go dumpster diving? Garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? I cleaned the card off as best I could. Looked pretty beat up. It was amazed if I found my credit card, and now this? I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Awesome sauce. Sounded like it's going to start raining again. I had entered Norman's place. This was at the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of a television. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I could just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood in the keyhole. Oh gee. To the right, to the right. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on the rack? That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was that doing up here? Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots in the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others in there. If this handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit here. Did I place it back in the cabinet? I think you'll be better with the gun. Thought it weighed on me. I had a hard time parting with it, the weapon just then. So, it looks like girlfriend might have cheated on you. Maybe. More likely than not. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered where it led. Did you pull the chain? Yeah, why not? Gave the chain a single tug and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. Oh, sweet. The TV still flickered to some indecipherable channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker, one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock. They were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Did you close his eyes? Yeah, you gotta be respectful. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or if it was just I couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Okay, another door. I'll go to the attic in one memento. My footy's making a weird sound. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough. But there was water rings from 2 cups still on there on the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Hell yeah. Found a hairpin amongst the rotten food and trash. I pocketed it. Ooh, a hairpin. So valuable. Well, what do I know? It could be. It's been a long time since I've seen the gameplay of this game. So, you know. Let's go to the attic. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Yeah. Opened up the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes. Oh, it was your wife. Photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? Okay, there's nothing on that side. Did I find a key? Can I get out now? I don't know. I used the hairpin to pick. Oh. Hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Ah, right. I get ya. The general store was small, but it was clean. Had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of Dragon magazines sat beside it. I want an ice cream. There's an ice cream in there. I want an ice cream. Oh, ice cream. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been on for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. No, not my ice cream. There are various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape than... Oh. Seemed to be in much better shape then. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It'd been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that... As I thought of him still laying on the floor back there, the gun I carried seemed ever present. Seeing that dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers. But I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. Alright. The gate was locked tight. It wasn't my house. This gate was locked tight. It wasn't my house. Oh, mailbox. A neighbour's local post box. A letter was sticking out of it. If someone pushed it all the way in. Someone hasn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but don't look at the letter. Yeah, you're a nosy bastard. An envelope addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. Took a deep breath and tore at the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. Oh, you did well. It was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from both of you. Away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman. So don't think you can hold it against me. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. Yeah, it's pretty dang obvious that that Norman slept with your wife, or at least had an affair with your wife. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Put your hands up in the air. Na 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 na. I don't know what that was for. I held my breath as I approached my door, our back door. I was terrified to step inside. Step inside, you fool. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. Of course it was. I remember having breakfast here on this very table. Was it yesterday or sometime before? The doors to the basement. I looked, where had I put that damn key? Lois. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill on there. Did I open it? Indeed you did. I ripped open the bill and read it. To my surprise, it said something about me cancelling my credit card due to no payment. What the hell? The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. She's in the basement. Actually, she probably is. It's just typical, like, horror thing. The store was stuck shut and there was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Okay. I'd found the last missing piece from my wallet, the old photo of Rachel, and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Hell yeah. I placed the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. Felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then, it was too late. I wonder if I'll beat this in an hour. Got 8 minutes to, but I'm not gonna exactly speed run it. It's not my thing. A hallway mirror had been smashed. Its pieces scattered around the floor. Well, it's pretty obvious. Our sink, which needed to be replaced, one of the taps always stuck. If I hadn't got around fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. Ah, claw-footed bathtubs. Can't say I have one, but they're pretty cool. Especially if you get them like lion claws, that's pretty cool. Okay. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key on top, in the top drawer of my desk. Did you take it? Of course you did. I pocketed the key. Oh, that was me fumbling with something with my hand because it's a memory stick and I'm always one of those people. The books in there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed and I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Yep. Inside Rachel's suitcase were a few days' worth of clothes and some personal effects and a train ticket. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. They had entirely matched the receipt I had found. Guess I'm going back downstairs to the basement. Or, actually, does it fit this door? Door was stuck shut and there was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the candle. No, it's not that door. Guess it's in the basement. I unlocked the basement door. Ow. Ooh, I'm sorry. I bumped the mic stand. There are old Christmas decorations in the box. Garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Why, yes, you did. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I had put this up divided last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. Unfortunately, yes, the door was stuck in, the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. I don't think I ever put down that plank of wood, so he should still have that, but whatever. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yeah, you did. Back down to the basement. Did it break through the wall with a crowbar? Yeah. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel around here? Down here? Was she okay? Don't look. Don't look. Filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile, see what lay within, but I knew I had to come this far. After all the searching, after all I'd seen, when I looked at the filthy rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Wrapped within the filthy rags, pale still was Rachel. She was covered in fading bruises and what looked like cuts. Her chest was a horrible mess of blood and dirt, and I couldn't bear to look at it. The knife in my boot, the gun in my pocket, were they the tools of her murder? I thought about all I had seen, and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Maybe I would see some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. It's my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped the stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe someone stole it from me. Norman's store, the Frost Water Tower. Was I at those places before? I didn't see how it could have happened any other way, but I mean, what does that mean? This was the old photo of that man and his wife. I assumed I found it in that house. I caught those faded remains, and I had found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this mess somehow? Yeah, he probably was. Definitely. Those tunnels and the old tools in his house, they're remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. Just go in every room again. It was a keycard I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's. But if it was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think that Norman was going back to the factory? Yeah, why not? Must have been him. He must have been using the old locker room. The laptop had finally run out of power. Okie dokie loki. A reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow and a whisper. I still love that old-time charm in that clawed-footed bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. Pooping. Okay. Within the few broken pieces that remained of the mirror, I could see my face. It had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. Oh, whoops. Was it Rachel's? Oh, I didn't read that one, my bad. The thought lingered and would haunt me forever. It was the letter I had taken from the postbox. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think that things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do or say. Did he do that to Rachel? No. Norman may have betrayed me, but I don't think he was capable of that. I hated him. I hated him so much. But I couldn't blame him for what happened to my wife. Still had no idea what was on that tape I found in the garbage. If only I found a way to watch it. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry at me for the stupid things like buying this TV. Damn it, past an hour. My old office safe sat on the floor. It was used to passcode lock. Did I try to open it? Oh, right. No, that wasn't it. Damn, I couldn't remember. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest, and when the names had been written down, however, although Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Rose, Rachel, all the names I saw scratched out on that desk within the dust of musty kernels. Was that man in the house really up to something? We'll soon find out. Probably. Oh, my mouse has been on the screen through that whole thing. Oh, whoopsie. Did not mean to do that. Oh, jeez. Did I lose everything? No, that's alright. Okay, it seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back in the basement. The mail sat there, even on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? For too long. For too long. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take a last look. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? Yeah. Took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. If I wanted to end it, I could do it. Could do it with that gun. Did I pick it up again? Yeah, you picked up the gun. Seemed like I was carrying an anvil, but I wouldn't let go. Not again. Now that I stood here, I realised I couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. No, go back in the room. You need to put the end to a situation one way or another. Okay, there we go. Sat down at the table and stared at the gun in my hand. It didn't seem so heavy this time. If I wanted to, I could use this gun and finally end this. The question was, did I think I deserved it? Did I? Was this my fault? Did I deserve to die? I think you did. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away though. But I know Rachel had tried, and if she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of the long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. Now that I thought of it, those sewers were a terrible mystery. What happened there? I was lucky in my way to even find my way out of there. But I never did find out what was on that tape that I now kept. What might have shown me? I'd found the contents of my wallet scattered through around town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? Thought of that I could account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest, and even to Norma's place. Well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought, that I would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. Deeper than those words, though, was where things became truly awful. Finding that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name had to be on the list, so what terrible plot was she part of? There was a similar list of names on that desk back in those tunnels. what was the connection? It was clear at least that Norman had been going back to the old plant. Maybe he was the one who had boarded up that locker room, who had been drinking up there in that secret hiding place. So had he killed that guard then? He must have. Maybe he was found out or the guard had caught him on patrol. Damn it, Norman. Why? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get into Norman's store. But all I'd found were more horrors and questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, what were you and Rachel up to? It was obvious things were more complicated than I'd ever imagined. How long had it been going behind my back? More importantly, why, Norman? Whoever had killed Rachel had probably gone after you two. Maybe they knew about what you were up to. I've never known peace, Norman, but despised your transgressions. Part of me really did hope that you would. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung onto the hope that this would end. I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disorientated as I was when I sleepwalked. To think of it now, I guess I should have known. From the terrible silence that greeted me from when I first stepped into our house and stood there in the kitchen. There was no sound. Television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there, lying, ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. I didn't know if I'd ever find the answers I craved, but I knew that somehow that other man I had found was responsible for this. If not directly, he must have had a hand in Rachel's death. So what was I doing in that damned house of his? Had I killed him? My damned condition making it difficult to know. Memories and time frames are always a mess. I could never be sure. Knowing that man was dead, though, was cold comfort. My wife was gone, and no matter what happened to me now, it was lost forever. I checked the gun again. Still a few bullets left. I felt surprisingly calm as I sat there with it. I could feel it swayed, and perhaps that presence that allowed me to understand what had to be. Rachel was dead. There was nothing I could do about it. Alright. So that's the ending that I sort of picked. I thought I said Elton John, but that's not right, Elton John. I'm just gonna let the credits play. It's a good game. Took an hour and 7 minutes, give or take. If I can be bothered, I'll do different endings, but I don't know if I can. Yo-Yo Games. Home is dedicated to my wife Lancy. Watch your back. The end. Alrighty then. I thought that was pretty good. It's now available on iOS. Nah. Okay, that was pretty good, I thought. Okay, thank you for watching. Shall see you later. So, bye.